AEW, the home of professional wrestling. Nigga bullshit!
Wow, you're in the mix with Pro Wrestling Bits.
AEW would like you to believe that it's all about professional wrestling and that the promotion is anti-entertainment. But the dirty truth is, AEW is very entertaining. Ironically enough, all great pro wrestling in its finest form cannot exist without some level of entertainment, whether it be a storyline, a gimmick, or this hat that Jake Hager has gotten over like gangbusters. Through Jake Hager's hat, AEW has inadvertently proved the value of sports entertainment to any wrestling promotion, no matter how much they cuck for the male-dominated hardcore fans that take themselves way too seriously. Check out this one. He's really having dinner with his wife with no shirt and a purple hat in these streets. What popped you more, that picture or a well-executed hammerlock? AEW presents the Jericho Appreciation Society as heels because of how much they love sports entertainment, those bastards. Meanwhile, the Blackpool Combat Club are presented as babyfaces because they exemplify professional wrestling in its most serious, joyless form. If the JAS is about fun catchphrases and crowd-pleasing gimmicks that get over, the BCC is about overly serious, technical professional wrestling covered in blood, because that's how you're gonna grow your woman audience. Forget women and casuals, the leader of the BCC, William Regal, left the entire promotion, let alone BCC. But despite AEW's best efforts to present a narrative of pro wrestling good, sports entertainment bad, its own fan base sided with sports entertainment through the Jericho Appreciation Society. Fans continue to sing Chris Jericho's theme music during his entrance. That's not pro wrestling, that's sports entertainment. Chris Jericho has gotten another catchphrase over by calling his recent ROH World title run the Ocho. That's not pro wrestling, that's sports entertainment. Hell, Claudio Castagnoli regained the ROH World Championship with one of the most sports entertaining moves of the modern era, the Cesaro Swing. While counting along, even the hardcore ROH fanbase chanted Ocho when it got to the 8th revolution. Does that sound like pro wrestling or sports entertainment? One of AEW's top draws on TV is Jade Cargill, who's basically the black love child of Goldberg and China, two of the greatest sports entertainers who ever lived. AEW's most over act is the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed is the furthest thing from pure professional wrestling. It incorporates 1998 D-Generation X plus 2005 John Cena, throwing a little scissoring and a star is born. Hell, AEW's own world champion is MJF. His whole gimmick is being a sports entertainer in AEW who wants to go to WWE and barely wrestles. That's literally his character. On average, MJF wrestles once per month since the opening of AEW. In 2022, MJF wrestled 8 matches all year. That's Jericho's world title reigns. And MJF is the world champion, not to mention the most over guy in the promotion. Get it how you live, King, but don't tell me shit about AEW's love of professional wrestling. Jake Hager's purple hat is supposed to be a symbol of the cheesy WWE sports entertainment that appeals to families and women and children. Yuck! WWE made billions of dollars by building around this brand because that company is filled with a bunch of mainstream corporate sellouts who don't appreciate the fine art of pure professional wrestling. But even in AEW, a safe space for subredditors, Jake Hager's hat has gotten over. An official AEW Twitter account tweeted that the hat was all elite and it got over 7,000 likes. That's more than double the amount of likes for this post about pure professional wrestler Wheeler Yuta becoming the ROH Pure Champion. You know what I'd like right about now? I'd like for you to get tested for anything. Today's sponsor has tests for everything, so let's get checked. Guys, if you're thinking about your 2023 bodybuilding goals, then I have an important message for you. Hitting your goals are going to be next to impossible if your testosterone levels are in decline. It doesn't matter how old you are. The average male testosterone level has been declining at a rate of 1% per year since the 1980s. Low T can lead to lack of strength, decreases in bulk, and even male menopause, which causes a lower sex drive. I urge you to test your testosterone levels in 2023, and you can do it all with help from today's sponsor, Let's Get Checked. I love Let's Get Checked because it gives me the freedom to measure my testosterone levels without having to get permission from a doctor first. You don't have to leave your home, you don't have to get off your couch, you don't have to go to a lab to get your blood drawn. It's very convenient. Here's me taking the test myself. Just took a quick and painless blood sample, followed the user-friendly instructions, and sent this bad boy to the lab. Got my results back that same week, and here they are. Long story short, my testosterone levels are lit because, like Hangman Adam Page, I am a man! According to the analytics for this wrestling YouTube channel, so are you probably. Once your sample arrives in the laboratory, confidential results will be available on your secure online account in 2 to 5 days. Let's Get Checked Laboratories are CLIA and CAP approved, which is the highest level of accreditation. Your results are reviewed by a member of the Let's Get Checked clinical team, and they can even give you a virtual consultation, and in some cases, the clinical team can prescribe you medication that'll be ready at the pharmacy of your choice. So if you want to test your testosterone levels from the comfort of your own home, visit trylgc.com/pro-wrestling-bits for 25% off using the code WRESTLING25, also available in my description. Regardless of what type of aesthetic they want to present, AEW knows that entertainment is far more valuable than two oiled up men exchanging technical wrestling holds. In fact, AEW has pure pro wrestling under its umbrella, and it sucks. The ROH Pure Championship wants nothing to do with entertainment or compelling storylines. Instead, it focuses on rules and rope breaks and punching with an open fist and time limits. God, how can you fit so much entertainment value in one division? If I go any further describing the ROH Pure Championship in this booth, my whole house will be flooded. In a company with way too many titles, the ROH Pure Championship is the most useless belt of them all. But you don't gotta believe me, just ask the AEW audience. The September 7th broadcast of AEW Dynamite was main evented by the ROH Pure Championship, the sourdough bread of pro wrestling. Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta faced off in a match that was all about professional wrestling and nothing else. Nobody stole anybody's girl, nobody got in a locker room brawl beforehand, nobody blew up a limousine or even kicked a dog's teeth out. This was just wrestling. And it just died. That Dynamite opened with over 1.2 million viewers for the All Out Fallout, and by the main event, it dropped to 881,000. That's a 27% decrease for the professional wrestling these fans claim to love so much. Professional wrestling is the John Bon Jovi of entertainment. Yeah, you say you like him because it makes you seem like you know music, but you couldn't name more than 5 hits, and if you attended a concert, you'd fall asleep halfway through. Just like I fell asleep during the Garcia-Wheeler rematch this past weekend at ROH Final Battle. I have no problem with the talent, but if you're gonna present me with a title match on a pay-per-view with no build, past the fact that it's a pure professional wrestling match, I'm taking a nap because I'd much rather meet Penelope Cruz in my dreams than watch Bobby Cruz counting rope breaks in real life. Jake Hager's hat is more over than the ROH Pure Championship has ever been because it's entertaining. And despite AEW's best efforts to educate its fans otherwise, being entertaining is not a heel move. In WWE, the boring professional wrestling prototypes are presented as heels, as they should be. Last week on SmackDown, Gunther droned on about being a serious professional wrestler, and he got what chanted to death. Meanwhile, the New Day, whom he was antagonizing, remains the most entertaining stable in the history of wrestling. At NXT Deadline, the New Day's spot with Pretty Deadly, where they all fell down during the Eddie Guerrero spot, was one of the most entertaining things I've seen all year. Did it get booed for not being professional wrestling enough? No! Those people went crazy in the same state where AEW books all that professional wrestling. You know what else focuses solely on professional wrestling with limited sports entertainment? AEW Rampage, a show that is watched by so few people it could be Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. Because negligent parents watch their kids more than anybody pays attention to AEW Rampage. What did AEW think was gonna happen? Wow, professional wrestling with no storylines on a Friday night? Count me in! You keep buying the myth of pure pro wrestling being a draw, and I'll see you on the wrong side of an Us Magazine article about which shows are getting canceled. Sports entertainment may come with a stench of branding and cheesiness, but every successful pro wrestling organization needs the drama, storylines, and gimmicks that come with it. You know it, I know it, Tony Khan knows it. Don't let anybody tell you different. Believe it or not, AEW could learn a thing or two from Vince McMahon, who is now threatening to come back to WWE. Be afraid. Check out my video about the return of the Mac here, and subscribe to the most entertaining YouTube channel in all of pro wrestling. Do you want entertainment with your pro wrestling, or would you rather it just be pure? Tell me in the comments.